video's not there. Today I want to teach you that really good readers, whenever they read, they always look at the beginning word sounds and they look at the ending word sounds, and then they ask themselves as they're reading, does this make sense? So something I've noticed when the two of you are reading is that you're guessing or you're substituting like words in your reading. So you'll see the word like, let's say ship, and you might say shop. You're not looking through the word and making sure that you're like reading through to find out what it means, okay? So that's what we're going to be working on for today. So let me show you what I mean. This is what it's good for today.
I'm trying to go wash my hands.
So we're going to use this text to practice. So I'm going to read through and I'm going to show you like exactly what I mean by that. So this is called the I of L, and I'm looking at that very first word sound. And I see GR. So I'm gonna make the, one second, I'm gonna make the GR sound, and I know E makes an S sound, Greco, and I'm gonna sound it out. I'm not gonna say geek because I see G. I'm just saying this is things I've noticed that the two of you do. I'm not gonna say gecko, I'm going to sound out the beginning word sound. So as you guys are reading, I'm gonna be listening, that you're stopping and thinking about what are the first two sounds I see, sounding them out and not like guessing like what it says. Does that make sense? Okay, so I'm gonna read through the first two sentences just so that you can hear it, and then I'm gonna ask Jeanette to pick up reading, and I just want you paying attention to those first two letters, okay? Okay, so El Greco was a great painter. Born in 1541, El Greco developed, and I see UN, so I'm gonna make sure I make this unusual painting style. Jeanette, pick up.
All the people in his paintings are lawns and thin. This gave his paintings a strong, beautiful.
See, that's what I'm talking about. STR.
Estranged. I
That's
can't
for her.
even see the word.
Okay, but you could, yeah, but you could stop, and you could have asked. But I don't want guessing anymore. Like that's something that I'm noticing we're doing just because we see stopping. I see an E at the end, so it can't be strong, right? It can't be strong because it wouldn't. So, STRA, strange.
Beautiful.
Strange what?
Beauty.
Beauty.
Was Greco's style a reason of a problem with his eyesight?
Pick up the phone.
People first suggested that El Greco's style was nothing more than a vision problem. In 1913, although healthy eyeballs are round and shaped like basketballs, El Greco's eyes were shaped like footballs. The shape of El Greco's eyes affected the way he saw the world. Because of this, everything that he saw appeared to be long and thin. This suggests that El Greco painted things the way he actually saw them.
Great, pause there. Okay, good. So I noticed a couple things when both of you read, and both were pretty good things. I noticed that you read carefully, and I saw you using your fingers, the guy. That's very helpful. I noticed you didn't drop the word ending. And I noticed when you saw the word beautiful, you said beautiful the first time, and then you self-corrected. So those are two good things that readers do. So I'm gonna ask you guys to continue reading this on whisper level, and I'm just gonna be listening and just taking a few notes. So just 1 second. I just gotta make sure. So you're just gonna read on a library level, and I'm just gonna do some notes as you read.
Many experts
Okay, go ahead.
reject this idea. They agree that El Greco may have seen objects as long, but they believed he
When you
would.
see a purity come to a pause and take a quick breath.
They would have their
have
actual
known
shape.
their actual shapes. He could have drawn them
Really
as they
were
really
if
were
he wanted
if he wanted
to
to
understand this argument.
this argument.
Imagine that you are colorblind. You see red as blue. Thought your eyes
So that I can hear it. Just bring it down just a little bit.
potato appeared.
Wait, what does it say?
I mean tomato.
Go back and start from the top. You have not to pay attention to the first letter. Go back and start at the top.
You see red as blue. Oh, though your eyes,
Good.
your eyes,
Good.
a rip tomato.
A rip. So this is okay. So when you see E at the end of a word, it's gonna make this vowel sound long. So this is gonna become an I sound. So whenever you see an E at the end, that becomes an I sound. So what does it say? Right. Here, I'll give you.
Tomato appear blue, but you know that tomatoes are really red when you paint them. You use red paint in any case. Art experts paint out that
That doesn't look like an A to me. Remember I said one
point out that. In many cases, El Greco painted figures that look normal. This suggests that El Greco used his unique style because he liked the way.
Can you reread that paragraph for me now that you've gone through it one more time? A little bit quicker. Start in the new paragraph, yeah.
To understand this argument, imagine that you were colorblind. You see red as blue. Though your eyes,
Remember, you have
your eyes, a ripe tomato appear blue, but you know the tomatoes are really red when you paint them. You use red paint in case.
So I'm noticing you continue to make that same. So what are you gonna do so that you're not like having to stop and like correct? What are you gonna do? Because we gotta get this right. Do you think putting your hand over the word is gonna, or do you think stopping and looking at the first two letters and thinking what sound it makes is gonna help? Which one do you think is gonna be more helpful for you? Because I don't want you to keep making the same thing. That's what's holding you back. So what are you gonna do?
Look at the first one.
Okay, so start from the top and look at the first two words before you even start reading.
To understand the argument, imagine that you are colorblind. You see red as blue. Through your eyes, a ripe tomato appears blue, but you know that tomatoes are really red when you paint them. You use red paint in any case. Art experts point out that in many cases El Greco paints figures that look normal. This suggests that El Greco used his unique style because he liked the way it looked.
Much better. Much better. Did you do something differently that time?
I look at the first two.
Yep, that's what you need to do. You need to look at the first two words. Okay. I have one more thing that I'll have both of you read, and then I'll have you guys go back to the scene. And as you read the text for today, I want you to, Lasagna, to be looking at the first two words. Stopping and doing that. So the next one I want you guys to practice. You're not done? That's fine. We're gonna just reread it. So we'll try. Okay. So I'm gonna listen again to both of you read. I'll start with you. So go ahead and read now very low. Okay.
A cycle is a pattern that is repeated over and over. Cycles work in two ways. They can have positive results or they can have negative. One example of a cycle. An example of a cycle with positive result is physical. It's exercise when you
feel heavier and get stronger the next time you exercise. You build more those positive and exercise becomes a regular habit. You are able to do it for a longer time. For a longer time, you have more energy and you feel more about yourself. Mentally better about yourself. An example of a circle with negative results is not studying because you fail to study. You create a poor foundation on which to build. The next time you study, your knowledge base then becomes dim and incomplete. It seems that you will never be able to know what you will observe. Another example of a circle with negative results affects your health. When you do not exercise, your
computer or television is
muscles each day they become weaker and weaker. Each hour you spend sitting in front of a computer or television in an hour, your muscles are not moving
difficult.
as they should
You have allowed
You may
your body to become weak. It is not hard to turn these cycles around.
eventually
Throughout the key
decide to get more active, but it will be difficult. You have allowed your body to become weak. It is not hard to turn these circles around though. The key is to do a little each day, study a little each day, exercise for a short period of time each day. Your mind and body will benefit greatly from results.
Actively. From what?
Regularly.
What does that say?
Regular.
Why did you say results?
Because I saw
Because you saw what?
in a CT song.
So I want you to stop and pause. Okay, so in addition to looking at the first two letters, I also like going through and not like guessing, okay? Because if you guess, it's probably going to be inaccurate, okay? Okay. Okay, so I guess I'll just ask one of the questions on the bottom of it, just so that. So I guess. Yeah. All right. How can you turn around a negative cycle?
You can turn around a negative cycle by not watching TV or staring at a computer and
Nice job on that into your text.
and to do a little each day. You can turn around a cycle,
A negative.
a negative cycle by doing exercises for a short period of time each day to build up your muscles instead of watching television.
Good. So this was really strong with your comprehension. I'm not too worried about it. It's that accuracy. So again, what are you gonna do moving forward every time you read? Tonight, what are you gonna do?
Look at the first two words and then
Make sure you read
sound it
through.
out loud.
Good. And what are you gonna do?
Sound of the word and break it down.
Good. So I'm not gonna break it down, but start off looking at the first two letters, right? Okay. All right. You two are all set. You guys can go back and do